Okay, so it's been a rough Tuesday, and we're going into Wednesday, y'all. Anyway, I thought I would come with and tell you I've got notes for the Married at First Sight. That will be the second video tonight, and I'm only doing 2 videos. I had to get up early this morning, and I immediately called USave, and I said, is there any way at all that you could get it in today? And the guy, he goes, I'm the owner. I tell you what, I will be out there in a few minutes to look at it myself, probably give you a jump, and then you can just drive it to the shop. I was so grateful because this was approximately about 8:15 in the morning, and he was here by 8:20, and he had got it going, and I was so worried that it was the alternator. I mean, I was frantic, I was panicked, I was shaking, and he was even telling me, calm down, let's go take it out there and take a look at it, let it run for a little bit, then we'll come out there. Came in the house, told Grandpa what we were going to do, take it out there. He at first was not all for that. He was like, oh, we'll have to see and all this stuff, and just let them work on it while you work, because you're going to be working anyway. And I work from home. And I said, well, I know, but we need to have a great, reliable car. Not that yours isn't reliable, but because that one has gotten us through some pretty tough times. When my car was being worked on, that Chevrolet Celebrity has been a reliable car. I will give it that, and very dependable. So, I mean, I can't complain on that. So we went out and dropped it off. And as soon as I walked in, it was so funny because the guy was like, are you here for the Chevy Celebrity? He hadn't heard. And I said, no, I'm here for the other one. He goes, the Equinox? And I was like, yeah. He goes, okay. He goes, calm down, take a deep breath, tell me what's going on. So I gave an overview. And he goes, oh, yeah, Randy must have came out and jumped your car. I said, yeah, he sure did. Grateful for that, thank you. But don't really know what's going on with it. He goes, that's why you come to the shop. Now where's the keys? Blondie here has left the car running with the keys in the ignition. Why? Because I was scared to turn it off. I thought if I turn it off, they're not going to get it started again. And I kept expressing, well, they're in the ignition. He goes, Donna, calm down. Go outside, get the keys, bring them back in, and most importantly, turn it off. If it doesn't start up, we are at a shop. We can start it back up. I have no idea whatsoever what made me not bring the keys into the shop. It was just one of those, I don't want this to be bad, please don't let it be bad moments in my head. So anyway, I'll try to shorten the long drawn out version here into a condensed version. About, I want to say it wasn't even 40 minutes later, I get a text message, if you are available, come get it or something like that, it's done. And it was the battery. And only the battery, not the alternator, not the starter like everybody else thought. It's nothing major, just the battery. And I was so happy to hear that. And we went back out there with just enough time before I had to come to work, which was like 9:30. We went out there, got back to the house about 9:45 after paying for it, so I was really happy. And then, of course, the snowstorm hit today at noon, and on my, I want to say it was my lunch hour, we get the phone call from Carl that Grandpa supposedly missed his vaccination, the COVID vaccination. We're like, no, you guys called yesterday and said, or the day before yesterday, said it would be on Thursday at 2:30. Wires got crossed. They didn't understand that. They said, oh, well, if we said that, then that's okay. You're at 2:30. Meanwhile, my mom gets a call around 2 o'clock from Carl saying, okay, he's missed his shot, and now he's going to have to wait a week. And something tells me to call my mom. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened at all. They're getting it mixed up. They need to get their wires uncrossed. They called the house. They said that they thought it was today. However, the woman was not really clear. And I caught her saying that she was trying to work him in today at 2:30. Because she said, do you want to come on out and get your shot today? See, it wasn't really scheduled for today. The wording is very important when you word something to someone. And so I called BS and I said, no way, Jose. That's not true. That's not what was said. And so my mom was trying to work with me on one side of the phone and the Carl lady on the other side of the phone. Long story short, yes, what I said and what Grandpa had said, which they talked to both of us on the phone, was the gospel truth. And the woman over on just trying to be head honcho there, had her wires crossed. So we rescheduled. Well, for the umpteenth millionth time, if you want to put it that way, even though it was originally scheduled for Thursday at 2:30. The rest of the day, it was one of those just days because the snow threw everything into a tizzy. We didn't go out tonight. We ate here at the house. Thank God we had enough food to, make meal for Grandpa and meal for myself. But in an interesting note, I did get my Valentine's Day artwork somewhat completed. I have a few more that if I get it done, yay. If I don't get it done, yay. But let me share some of these with you. The first one I'm going to share with you is the one I did for my mother. It says, "Do what you love." Now, the frame came from Dollar Tree, but the artwork is all mine, except for I didn't actually draw it. I colored it, but yeah, that's my handy-dandy artwork. The next one is for my work mom, Deb. And then we have this one for my cousin Penny. It says, "Love what you do." And there's lots of roses, carnations, and even peonies. And then we have this one here for my niece Mackenzie. It says, "Listen to your heart." That's one of my favorites. And hold that thought. Okay. Ryan Pavey, Cole Hauser, Easton Corbin, I've got it all figured out. You're going to come to the house and fight over me on Valentine's Day. And if that is the case, I have one, how The Bachelor gives out roses? Well, I have artwork right here. It's a bee, and it says "mine," and it's a heart filled with flowers, and it's just absolutely gorgeous in that gold frame, if I may say so myself. And then for my grandpa, last but not least, I've got "Faith, Hope, and Love." And all of that is my handy-dandy artwork in a frame. So I want you to sit there, stay tuned, because next up, we're going to take on Married at First Sight. Really, I call it now Married at Trainwreck, because all of the couples, if you watch the preview, does not give much hope in the season that's yet to come. I don't think a one of them is going to end up staying hitched, and that's sad. But sit there, stay tuned. There's some wonderful moments that we're going to share from tonight's show coming up next.